Hello, I'm Brandon Webb with a look inside Bryan ISD. Well, Johnson Elementary has done it again. The award-winning Johnson Jaguars have netted another TEA Title I Reward School designation for the 2015-2016 school year. Johnson was among a small number of TEA Title I Reward schools designated in Texas, placing it in an elite category of schools that achieve high performance and progress with student populations that are at least 40% low income. Johnson was among only 160 Texas campuses identified as high performing, and the school was one of only 140 campuses across the state recognized as a high progress school. The school earned these distinctions for performing in the top 25% of schools for annual improvement or closing achievement gaps. The award adds to their previous distinctions as a TEA Title I school, a national recognition as a Capturing Kids' Hearts Showcase school, and previously a National Blue Ribbon designation. Congratulations, Jaguars. You've done it again. The Bryan community is stepping up more than ever and putting in its volunteer hours behind kids and also behind schools. A staggering 2,500 volunteers are dedicating thousands of hours of time to read to kids, help out in classrooms, and take on other tasks throughout the district. Thank you to Lillian Suter, Mary Curtis, Claire Curtis, Carrie Rice, Allison Bond, Catherine Carter, Carly Wren, Whitney Doyen, and Rachel Nemec for contributing more than 990 hours of volunteer time in the first 6 weeks of school this year alone. To find out how you can volunteer your time in Bryan ISD, visit bryanisd.org and search for volunteer in the search box. Rudder High School sisters Catherine and Olivia Fazzino both placed in the 89th National Future Farmers of America Convention and Expo in Indianapolis recently. Catherine, a senior, earned second place in her category, Environmental Resource Systems Division II, and she also served as a national voting delegate. Olivia Fazzino, a sophomore, earned third in the Plant Science Systems category, Division I. She also served on the National FFA Courtesy Corps while she was there. These sisters represent the best of what hard work, dedication, and a love of agriculture education can do to develop future leaders in one of Texas's most important employment and economic development industries. Well, once again, Bryan ISD's very best was on display throughout the month of November in celebration of Veterans Day. Students from around the district visited the Field of Valor at Veterans Park, and at school all over the community, our local pride in the men and women who have served so valiantly was prominently on display with Take a Veteran to School Day and other events at Kemp Carver, over at Ross Elementary, Henderson Elementary, and more. Well, flexibility in public education got a big shot in the arm recently when the 84th legislature passed a law creating the possibility for school districts to become a district of innovation. Created by House Bill 1842, districts of innovation are springing up across the state and allowing public schools the flexibility to relax or forego constraints placed on districts by legislation. The designation as a district of innovation allows public school districts many of the same freedoms that open enrollment charter schools enjoy. The newfound flexibility in tailoring an education toward the needs of local students at local districts has sparked nearly 40 districts to pursue and obtain District of Innovation status. The Bryan ISD Board of Trustees unanimously approved a resolution for the district to pursue this District of Innovation designation that is available from the TEA, and the process moves forward now with involvement from the public and stakeholders and other citizens around the community. Under this provision, districts across the state are adding flexibility to, among other things, their first and last day of school, the minutes of instruction, educator certifications, and thereby allowing the flexibility to hire hard-to-fill positions, and more. The process could take several months, but the possibilities look very exciting. Not long ago, we celebrated the reopening of the renovated Civic Auditorium, now called the Bryan ISD Performing Arts Center. Performers included the Bryan High School Orchestra, a cappella singing groups from both Rudder High School and Bryan High School, Neal Elementary School's choir, Bryan High's Mariachi Vikingos, and the Texas A&M Singing Cadets. Award-winning student artwork was on display in the lobby, and refreshments were provided by the Bryan High School Culinary Arts students. What was once the Bryan Civic Auditorium is now a state-of-the-art performance venue capable of hosting 1,200 seated guests and featuring new lighting, sound, an orchestra pit, and many more enhancements. The newly renovated facility will serve as a showcase venue for the enjoyment and benefit of future generations of students and our Bryan community. And finally, a brand new leader joined the Bryan ISD Board of Trustees when the board unanimously appointed Professor Julie Harlan to serve the open seat in Single-Member District 2. Harlan is an associate professor in the Department of Agricultural Leadership, Education, and Communications at Texas A&M University. By policy, the board can fill a trustee vacancy by appointment until the next board member election, which is slated for November of 2017. We warmly welcome aboard Dr. Julie Harlan, and we thank you for your service. Well, that's it for this edition. To keep up with what's going on in Bryan ISD, visit our all-new, beautiful, modern website at bryanisd.org, where you'll find links to all of our campuses, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. That's a mouthful. And don't forget, for information on the go, download the free Bryan ISD mobile app. Children first, always. Thanks for watching.